what's your game plan? What's your thought process on far as where you want to take this thing?
Well, I mean, Mike has been an advocate of yours for a long time. He's been following your content for years, I understand. Mike has been really impressed with the fact that you can demonstrate a return on investment. And really the proof is in the pudding. Everybody wants the proof is in the pudding. And particularly with this stuff, that is really asking them to step into that faith, into that safe harbor of us being experts. And look, this isn't completely risky because it is proven. But now, of course, with what you've got, I mean, that's completely proven.
I'll show you. I'll show you a graphic I'm working on. I'm trying to get the theory down that I got a smarter person than me because I'm not a graphic designer at all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Get this going. I was working on a. So I've got. This is our organic attack on our clients, our programs we've encouraged, from how to get organic traffic into your bots and things like that. But I look at the Facebook a program like this has 3 metrics, and what I'm trying to do is draw this out. So let me do this real quick. I've got this on notes everywhere on my damn desk. And like the problem right now, I've kind of gone through different versions of this because starting off when I started this restaurant program, I had a kiss of death on it, is that my first 7 clients that we were using this restaurant program for about 3.5 years ago, I controlled the marketing budget. So of course I was the client. Technically, I built it for myself to use for my client. So everything made sense to me. So I literally had when I looked at their market, I figured out that every contact was worth $10. And if we got a contact into this restaurant, into the program, then it's worth $10 based on lifetime value. And so that made sense to me. And so ran the program, got it working amazing with their restaurant groups, eventually took it around to other restaurants, changed my company. Well, I got about 1.5 years into it, and I started running into brick walls with people going, because my whole pitch was 2 things. We're going to get you ROI based on 2 things. The audience, the audience the database we grow, and the database we grow, and the sales. And so I had put a thing like every contact is worth $10. And then we've got sales. And so my goal with our program it's been pretty similar the whole time, has been that if I can get you, every contact's worth $10, if I can get you 500 contacts a month, that means I just generated $5,000 in value to your business. And which to me makes complete sense and should be to most of those people. And then the other avenue was, okay, and if I get of those 500 people, I can traditionally get 25% to walk through the door. And if your average check is $40, what's 125 times 40? 125 times 40, $5,000. That's funny. So, this was my concept of showing ROI that to me made perfect sense, but to them didn't. In that, okay, here we are. This is that's going to drive me crazy, not being the same font. There we go. So my concept was, okay, so this just generated $10,000 in sales or in value, and you just spent $2,000 to get it. That's a hell of a damn value. That's a good ROI. It's a 5 to 1 ROI. And that makes complete sense to me. And it did to some of my clients, but I kept having fight back from other people going, like I actually had one guy go, hey, where do I get this $5,000 now that we have these 5? Because we had like 3,000 contacts in the program. He was like, where's this $5,000 coming from? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, when do I start seeing that? Like, where is it at? And I'm like, well, it's in it's in your database. The fact that we have this many more people to talk to, and if we do a good enough job of working to them. Because my program early on, the first 1.5 years, my program was a 45-day program. We focused on getting people every month. Every month we got people in, they got put in a 45-day funnel. We gave them the database, and we kept finding new people. Well, what I came to find out was the restaurants I dealt with, I actually controlled all their email and social. So we were doing kick-ass marketing to that database every month. I had other restaurants, we would grow this database, And every month after that, they never touched the database. I'm like, are you guys sending emails?
Yeah.
No, we got busy. We haven't done any emails. And that's kind of the route it took. So then I got to a point where I started going based off of sales. Like I actually changed the pricing of my program. What's up? How was cheerleading?
Good. I'm leaving soon for a soccer game.
Okay, cool. See it. And so then I kind of took a different route, and I started, because I was having so much kickback from people, that I literally went completely we changed the program to where we go after people on a monthly basis. Like every month they opt in, and then the future months we continue to get them back in. And so I went 100% with sales. That was my, hey, you spent $1,000 this month, and we got, $5,000 in sales or $4,000. I had to start changing my pricing, because for certain restaurants with certain average tickets, I couldn't deliver the ROI. If I'm charging $2,000 with my spend in Facebook, my fee in Facebook for a guy that's got $10 sandwiches, and I get $125 to walk in the door, well, shit, he just lost money if he's not value. Yeah. And so what I've been the last year and a half, the way I really present this is that it's 3 modules. It's exposure, 25%, database, 25%, and I'm working on a graphic and a whole thing for this, because I think it's pretty solid. And this is sales, 50%. So my thought process here on this, let me get this bigger. So my thought process here is like, if I look at this, let's say for this, the same $2,000 client up here. So if I say to this client, okay, 25% of your $2,000 spend is $500. So for $500, I can typically reach, like with our Facebook ads, 3,000 people. I can usually get about 1,200 engagements. And I can usually get 500 opt-ins, 500 comments. So when I look at these numbers, I tell them, I'm like, because like one thing, this kind of was comical, this came up not too long ago. This guy was like, hey, Matt, all the numbers are great, but how many people have I reached with my Facebook ad? I'm like, what do you mean? How many? Why do you care? He's like, well, I'm just curious. I'm like, I can look it up. I said, but you care about the sales, right? He's like, well, yeah, but how many people did I reach? And I went back and looked at 10 of our campaigns, and this was about the average. Every time we spend $500 for a client, which if they spent $2,000 on our program, they would spend at least $500. But if they spend $500 on Facebook, we can typically see 30,000 reach, 1,200 engagements, 500 comments. And so my question to him, and I've talked to clients like this, if you spent $500, I got this magazine in the mail today, and this ad on the back costs about $400. This company's pitched me a million times. It's a little neighborhood magazine that goes out, a bunch of crap. This $400 ad, all it's going to tell you is it got in front of people. I spend that same money on Facebook. I can see the people it got in front of. I can see the engagements, and I can physically look at the comments. So I can say, hey, I get this magazine. I'm talking to my wife on the sofa. I'm like, hey, honey, did you see this magazine? Yeah, it's great. You have no clue that conversation happened. Somebody's on Facebook that says, oh my God, that pizza looks amazing. We know it happened. And so, so that's like this. So this is the graph that's going to kind of go along with this, is that this is that ad in that mag. Hey, we're going to buy an ad in this Union News magazine. We put the ad out. We have no clue who saw it. We have no clue what happened. Here, we do a digital marketing program with it. We know who sees our ad because Facebook will show us, Google will show us, all digital marketing does. And then we can see the people that engage in it and comment, and we can kind of go down these different rabbit holes. But what I'm working on is this concept that, okay, would you spend $500 to get these metrics? Oh, hell yeah. That's all of them. Yeah, we do it already. Okay, cool. So you agree that $500 spent there is a good value. So then I go over here and say, okay, now we got another $500 for the database. So we got $500 and we got 500 contacts that we can talk to in the future. Is it valuable to you to pay $1? Would you physically hand somebody $1 on the street that said, I want you to respond to me, call me, text me, message me? Yes. Then I look at the same thing. Okay, I know if we get 500 people in this program, I'm going to have 125 redemptions on average for us. And that $125, let's just say it's a $20 check, and 125, so that should be 20 times 20. It's $2,500 in sales.
Nice.
So if I do it this way, so here's this 25. So 25% here equals, you know, $500. This one equals 1,000.
Nice.
So the conversation there is, okay, now we got sales. This is physically people, like this is actually, is this open? Let me see. Yeah, this is one of our clients' programs. So this is the Google sheet that runs the back of our program. It's pretty freaking robust. It's got everything you can possibly imagine. And all you have to do is upload the Facebook raw data twice a week, and it populates everything automatically. But I can look at this particular restaurant and see that, you know, so for like the month of August right now, they're at, looks like about $1,800. And so a couple of days left, they'll end up around $2,000. This is actually a bad restaurant for us. This client, it's not run very well. There's a lot of issues with it. But at the end of the day, it's got $2,000 in sales. So I can look here and go, hey, we got your exposure. No, I can look at this. Let's look at this. Go to vanity metrics. So here's my vanity metrics for the month of August. So the month of August, he's reached 54,000 people. He's had 912 engagements, 363 contacts, 352 opt-ins. I can actually look in here and show him, hey, every time we spend $1, we get three engagements. Every time we spend $1, we get $1. We get $1.29, we get an opt-in. Every time we spend $1, we get $3 in sales. And this is actually –
that's awesome.
And so that's kind of this thing here. Okay, look, you're going to pay us $2,000. In a bad case, we got you $2,000, but typically $2,500. I've got some that are actually upwards of $5,000 on that same program. So walking them down this path that this is traditional media right here. You pick your ad, you create an ad, you run it, you have no clue what the hell happens. You do digital marketing, and in this case, I create my ad, I put it in front of the right people, they engage in it on Facebook, comment, like, share. The people who comment, you can physically see what Matt Plapp said about your restaurant, what he said about your pizza, what he said about your ice cream. You can then retarget those people based on people who commented. You can then also build a database in Messenger. Now the next step, all those people that come into our bot, 92% of them give us their email address. So then they opt into our email. We can grow a database and email them. And then the cooler part is we can physically see, like in this case back here, I can see that these 92, 94, it was 104, 112, 114, 121 people. 121 people that physically walked into your restaurant and spent $2,000. So we can then reach back out to them. And so that's like the part that blows me away, that I'm trying to take this and take this and get this into a visual that'll just walk people down a path. Like this one, I'm almost envisioning this is going to be a bridge that breaks off and there's like people at the bottom burning. No.
Excellent.
Like dollar bills down there burning. Like this is your ad budget in mass media. Just falling off and it's going down. And every time you drop $1, it's flames. This is your advertising. That every time we put it in here, these are conveyor belts and these produce more dollars every month because you've acquired these people. Because that's the beautiful part here is that when you look at this, these people are yours. So next month, let's get 50 of them back. The month after that, let's get 50 of them back. Month after that, 50 of them back. Now, yes, you spent $2,000 to get this, but it could generate $50,000 in the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So sorry to bore you with that one. That's what my brain was working.
No, mate. No, mate. I actually really love that because I love to see the proof is in the pudding, because it's like I was saying before, it's very easy for me to have great faith in this and know that it all works. But when I see something like that, that's what a business owner who doesn't have that faith, doesn't have that comprehension, doesn't have that willingness to have a go and have a risk. You know, they need to see that. And if they can see that, then look, really, if they deny that, then look, they're just someone that you'll never want to work with anyway, because they're just denying really what is truth.
Yeah, here's the same brand of that pizza place. We've got 6 of them we're working with. We're working on a bunch of more, but this is their program. So like this is, you can see we launched it mid-March, did $2,000 in sales. We only did one offer in May, did 3,200 in sales. May we had a week month. This is our second offer we do here, the monthly offer. So it got 254. It had $2,700 in sales, not bad. We got to $3,400 in sales in June. And then July we had about $3,500 in sales. I guess almost $3,700 in sales. And then August we're at let's see, that's basically 3,000, 3,150 plus this 200, 3,300 plus this 1,200. So almost $4,500 in sales on a $500 Facebook spend.
Wow.
So, and when you look at this, what's wild, like we can show, this is what I fucking love, is that when I deal, excuse my English, when I deal with like this is like this guy, these guys own 98 restaurants, this company. And we're in the process of doing a lot of work with them. I've been taking it slow with them because a lot of people in like me, Matt Plapp, 10 years ago, I would have been at this dude's throat month one trying to get every restaurant, and I would have burned him out. He would have been a client or hated me. Now we've had multiple of his restaurants on the program since early this year, and we add one every couple of weeks, it seems like. And he just added one the other day. And when he sees this data, I go, hey, look, this is cool. We get to see the revenue. Here's the number of redemptions we've had. Oh, by the way, here's the average tickets per promotion, so we can see what promotions are doing better. Like this one here is a $24.67 average spend. That's a free dessert pizza. See you, Paige. Have fun, soccer. Love you too. Go out the garage. Oh my God. My daughter, she has a tendency to go out our front door, and nobody uses the front door. Still stay unlocked for 2 days now. I'll forget about it. We'll get robbed and get killed in a couple days. But so the cool part is I can look at this and see, share, hush. I can see that dog doesn't listen very well. I can see the on this program. And then like I come here to the redemption and the redemption percentages, I can look in here and see when they redeem, like this is like 0 to 3 days, 4 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 60. This is pretty cool. I'll give you this one. So we, when we launched this program, after 60 days, after 45 days, we moved, if you didn't redeem the opt-in offer, we just moved on to the monthly offer. But the problem was the opt-in offer was badass. It was the best one of all of them. It was a free pizza. And I'm like, why aren't people using this? Because we had like one of the programs I tested, we had 4,000 people in the funnel. 1,800 redeemed their offer, which meant 2,200 didn't. I mean, 1,800 is still a big number out of 4,000. But I'm like, that means 2,200 people why didn't you walk in? So I started tweaking it, and back in the week of July 4th, I put in a new reminder sequence, basically going to people that were 60, 90, 120 and saying, hey, Gavin,
cool.
why don't you go ahead and opt out since you don't want the free pizza? Click here to unsubscribe, or click yes, please, if you still want it. Well, 90% were like, yeah, I want it. And they would actually type comments like, man, my bad, I'm get back in, I'm sorry. And and so then I put in this program where I did a reminder. We started doing I said, you know what, let's type those reminders. And it generated, you can see these people right here are all people that wouldn't have been gotten talked to. So you can see there's 58, there's like 300 here at $17. That's $4 or $5 in sales we generated by reaching back out to the people they already paid to acquire. And so that's but then it goes all through. I mean, my guy, we've worked hard on this sheet to where it's got everything. Like this actually is the raw redemption. This shows me the people when they opt in, and this shows like, you know, the first redeem, the number of days, the redeem count, the loyalty points we put, because we add 50 points when they come into the program in case we want to use it for loyalty down the road, their lifetime value, and then every offer they've redeemed and how much they've spent. It just goes all the way down. But Peter, my guy that does my Facebook, does my Google Sheets for me, helps me design stuff. He figured out a way. All we do, all this is through Zapier, through Messenger. Nice. And then when you go deeper, he's got one tab where twice a week we upload our Facebook raw data. Facebook emails us a report every day. 2 days a week, we just import that to this, and it then pulls in here. I got my vanity metrics, all this. I've got my daily report where I can look and see what happened in certain days. Like if I go up here and change that date, it'll give me that. I got my 31-day roll-up. I can look in here and see how we did every day of the week. I've got my monthly report that shows me all my stats for this client, how much they spent, how much they paid us, opt-in redemptions, sales redemptions, cost per comment. And I mean, it's got everything. I mean,
that's incredible.
And that's what like I'm dealing with now. Like I'm smaller restaurants. I'm trying to figure out a way to articulate that here because they don't give a shit about all that. The bigger brands, I get a guy that's got 300-400 restaurants and they see that. They're like, wow, we actually can